C1. You are listening at FameTV.info. In his dreams, Yi Ingan suddenly felt like he had been turned upside down. Before she could wake up, her skirt was lifted up and her body was pushed through. Ugh! Yi Ingan couldn't help but grunt, but she finally opened her eyes. What met him was a table full of dishes she had spent the whole evening cooking, just waiting for him to come back, but she fell asleep. Pa! Pa! Yi Ingan's body was still being smashed and everything in front of her started to reverse. She wanted to turn around and look at him, but she couldn't move when he pressed her down on the table. Brother! Yi Ingan hoarsely shouted, his breathing was erratic and hurried, be light. Ah! Aren't you feeling great? However, the man behind her completely disregarded her pleas for mercy. Like a mad beast, he only cared about rampaging through her body, enjoying the pleasure of possession. Yi Ingan helplessly grabbed onto the cloth as she clenched her teeth. She was tormented by him to the point where she felt extremely uncomfortable. He could always use all sorts of methods to make her tremble. They had grown used to each other's bodies over the years, and he knew her sensitive points better, and what she feared most of all was that he no longer belonged to her, that he would leave her. Brother! Yi Ingan opened her mouth to shout, her heart could not help but be pulled. Can you not get engaged to Xiao Xiaoran? Please. She wanted to call back his heart. Even if it was a lowly request, she already didn't have the slightest bit of self-respect in front of him, so she didn't care about face anymore. What he got in return was a fierce collision. Pa! Yi Ingan felt as if his entire being was pierced. His ferocity made his lust fade, leaving behind only torture. Amidst the pain, the vulture male's voice sounded, Yi Ingan. What right do you have to control me? Yi Ingan wanted to find a suitable position for himself, but only then did he realize that in his eyes, she was only his secretary and his right-hand man. She was nothing at all. Shut up! Li Qiqing coldly interrupted her as he placed his hand on her waist to keep himself from entering and exiting her body. When you and your father tried to harm Xiao Xiao, you should have realized that in this lifetime, you are only fit to be my slave. Xiao Xiao, that's right, Xiao Xiao was his biological sister. She had never been one. Even this, brother, was full of sarcasm. She was just his stepfather's daughter. In all these years, he had never been willing to believe that she was innocent. Xiao Xiao's death had nothing to do with her and her father, but he hated her. He wouldn't be able to end this grudge in this life. Since that's the case, then let's part ways. All these years, it's already enough. Yi Ingan suddenly felt lost, and she was even more exhausted. What he didn't know was that these words seemed to stimulate her nerves, making Li Qiqing even more ruthless as he tormented her. Yi Ingan. You will never be qualified to raise any condition in front of me. Ah! Yi Ingan was knocked speechless. After that, Li Qiqing left her as usual. Before he left, he only threw a sentence at her, don't play any tricks on me again. It was as if Yi Ingan had been raped by someone. Half of his messy clothes fell onto her body, while she fell down and sat at the dining table. She was in a daze for a long time, unable to stand up. Her lower abdomen began to ache faintly. Pain, fresh blood slowly flowed out from the tiled floor. Her skirt was quickly dyed red. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.